You walk into a room and you meet someone new. They smile, they nod, they say everything's fine, but something's wrong. You can feel it. There's a tension in their jaw, a flicker in their eyes. Their words don't match their body. And here's the thing. Most people can't see what you're about to learn. They take people at face value. They believe what they're told. They get blindsided by someone they thought they knew. But you, by the end of this video, you won't just read what people say. You'll read what they're hiding. Here's what most people don't realize. When we communicate, only 7% comes from our words. 7%. The other 93%, it's coming from your tone of voice and your body language. 55% is body language alone, which means most of what you need to know about someone isn't in what they say. It's in what they're doing while they're saying it. I used to miss these signs constantly. I dated people who lied to my face and I didn't catch it. I trusted people who didn't deserve it. I was confused by why relationships fell apart when I didn't see it coming. But I did see it coming. The signs were there. I just didn't know how to read them. We're trained from childhood to trust words. Words are our currency, but words are also the easiest thing to lie with. Your body, though, your body doesn't lie as easily. This isn't about becoming manipulative. This isn't about reading people so you can control them or exploit them. This is about protection, and it's about compassion. Because once you learn to read people clearly, you realize most of them are suffering quietly behind polished smiles. What we're covering today comes from something that might surprise you. Nietzsche's brutally honest observations about human psychology. Nietzsche wasn't just a philosopher. He was a psychologist before psychology was even a field. He spent his life studying why people really do what they do, not what they say they do, but what actually drives them. And he left us with 18 psychological insights that explain the human condition in ways that are almost uncomfortably accurate. By the end of this, you'll understand something most people never do: yourself. So stay with me through all of this, because everything we're about to cover applies to you too. Let's start with what you can see: the mask. Nietzsche said something that stuck with me. Every profound spirit needs a mask. He didn't mean that as an insult. He meant it as a warning. Don't confuse the mask with the person. See, humans are survival machines. From childhood, we learn what behaviors keep us safe, what smiles get us acceptance, what stories protect us from judgment. So we build a version of ourselves that we think the world will accept. But here's the problem. Masks aren't perfect. They slip. And when they do, the truth leaks out. The question is, do you know what to look for when they slip? Truth 1. Eye contact speaks volumes. Let's start at the top, the eyes. You've probably heard that the eyes are the window to the soul. That's not just poetry. It's neurobiology. When someone looks you directly in the eye with soft, engaged eyes, relaxed, not staring, that's confidence. That's openness. That's someone who's not afraid of what you'll see. But when someone can't look you in the eye, when they shift their gaze, look down, look away, that's shame. That's guilt. That's fear. That's someone hiding something. Now, here's what most people get wrong. They think avoiding eye contact always means lying, but it can also mean anxiety. It can mean low self-esteem. It can mean they're just socially awkward. But context matters. If someone says, "I love you," and they can't look you in the eye while saying it, something's off. Trust that feeling. And on the flip side, watch out for the unblinking stare. Sustained, unblinking eye contact with no softness, that's aggression. That's someone trying to dominate. That's discomfort masked as intensity. The eyes don't lie. You just have to know what you're looking at. Truth 2. Micro-expressions don't lie. Here's something fascinating. The human face is a lie detector if you know how to read it. A micro-expression is a genuine emotion that flashes across someone's face for about a half a second before they catch themselves and put the mask back on. You can't fake it.
Your brain doesn't give you time. So if someone says they're fine, but their face flashes sadness for half a second, they're not fine. Now, there's one specific thing to watch: smiling. When someone genuinely smiles, the muscles around their eyes contract. It creates these tiny wrinkles called crow's feet, and you can't fake this voluntarily. The muscle that creates this response, the orbicularis oculi, only contracts when you're genuinely happy. So when someone smiles but their eyes don't crinkle, that smile is hiding something. It's a mask, a performance. People smile to hide what they're really thinking all the time. In job interviews, on first dates, in conversations where they're pretending to be okay. The mouth can lie, but the eyes around the mouth, the eyes tell the truth. Next time you're talking to someone, really look at their smile. Is it reaching their eyes, or is it just their mouth playing a character? Truth 3. Body positioning equals interest level. Your body points where your mind wants to go. It's that simple. When someone is genuinely interested in what you're saying, they lean in. They orient their whole body toward you. It's not conscious. Their body just does it. When someone is disengaged, they lean back. They turn slightly away. Their body is already leaving even if their words are still there. Watch their feet especially. Where are their feet pointing? Toward you or toward the door? People can lie with their words, but their feet always tell you where they actually want to be. Here's a real scenario. You're on a date. The person is saying all the right things. Great conversation, but their torso is turned slightly away from you, and their feet are pointing toward the exit. That's not interest. That's someone going through the motions. On the flip side, if someone's body is fully oriented toward you, chest facing you, feet toward you, leaning in slightly, that's engagement. That's presence. That's respect and interest. The body doesn't lie about investment. Truth 4. Hands broadcast the inner world. Hands are honest. They show what the mouth is hiding. When someone rubs their hands together, that's excitement. That's anticipation. That's someone who's hopeful about something good coming. But when someone's hands are clenched into fists, even if they're smiling, that's anger underneath. That's stress that they're not telling you about. And self-touch, touching their face, their neck, their arms, that's anxiety. That's discomfort. That's their nervous system trying to self-soothe. Stiff hands that barely move, that's suppressed emotion. That's someone holding back. That's control, which we'll get to in a minute. The hands leak the truth constantly. Most people don't even notice, but you will now. Watch someone's hands during an important conversation. Are they relaxed? Are they moving naturally? Or are they clenched, rigid, controlled? That tells you more about their emotional state than anything they could possibly say. Truth 5. Crossed arms and legs equals emotional barrier. Everyone thinks crossed arms means someone is defensive, and sometimes it does. But here's the nuance. Crossed arms means someone is mentally closed off. They might be judging you. They might disagree with you. Or they might just be cold. Context is everything here. If you're in a freezing room and someone crosses their arms and legs, that doesn't mean they're closed off emotionally. They're literally cold. But if you're in a warm room, having an important conversation, and someone suddenly crosses their arms and legs, that's a barrier going up. That's them retreating into protection mode. The same goes for turning their body away, slouching, making themselves small. These are all physical barriers. But here's what Nietzsche understood that most people don't. They're not doing this because they're hostile. They're doing it because they feel unsafe. Why do they need that barrier? What made them retreat into protection? That's where we go deeper. That's where understanding starts. Okay, so now you know what to look for. But knowing what doesn't mean you understand why. And this is where Nietzsche cuts through all the noise. Because here's the truth. Every behavior is a confession if you know how to listen. Every crossed arm, every avoided eye contact, every defensive comment, every insecurity displayed as arrogance, it's all a confession. People are broadcasting their wounds constantly. Most of us just don't know the language. Truth 8. Fear drives most actions. Here's the brutal truth that changes everything. Most people aren't acting from desire. They're acting from fear. Nietzsche understood this deeply. He believed that humans rarely act from pure motivation. We act from deep, unconscious fear. Fear of loss, fear of rejection, fear of humiliation, fear of failure, fear of being irrelevant. So the person who constantly interrupts in conversations, they're not confident. They're terrified of being forgotten. They're afraid that if they don't take up space, they'll disappear. The person who overshares personal information on the first date, they're not being vulnerable. They're afraid of being invisible. They need to matter to someone. The person who's silent in group settings, they're not thoughtful. They're afraid of judgment. The person who constantly seeks approval and validation, they're not humble. They're terrified of being worthless.